Today we're going to take a look at 3 things you can do to succeed in the real estate market here in Cincinnati, whether you're buying or selling or doing both. But first we're going to take a look at the numbers. It's week 20, 2021 here just this past week, and we're going to take a look at the same week last year in 2020, see how the numbers compare and what trends we can identify and some takeaways from those numbers, what you can do, again, whether you're buying or selling or doing both in today's real estate market in Cincinnati. First of all, new listings are down 1% compared to the same week last year. Not much of a change there. We've been seeing double-digit increases in the past few weeks, which has been encouraging. It's a little discouraging to see kind of a flat line here in terms of the growth in new listings, actually a slight drop. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Sometimes week to week the numbers are goofy just because we had a weird week maybe once last year in comparison. Closings are down 5% versus the same week last year. A slight dip, not a huge deal. We would like to see that increasing, but if you compare to last year, this was the time where we started to see, after the initial lockdowns happened with COVID, we started to see people starting to creep back into the market a little bit in late May. So not terribly surprising there, just a little bit less activity in terms of closings. Compared to last year, certainly not less activity out there in the market. If you're shopping or if you talk to friends or family who are, or if you know somebody that's in the real estate business, there's a ton of activity right now from buyers, and there's a lot more listings actually coming out than maybe we even thought would. But we'll talk here in a minute how the dynamic has changed and why it's still very much a seller's market. Average sale price is up 20% compared to the same time last year. That's an alarming number, but it's becoming less alarming because we've seen 15% or more for the last 5 weeks in a row. Again, average sale price growth in home prices compared to the same weeks last year. So obviously great news if you're a homeowner. It's a difficult thing to swallow if you're a buyer right now because you know home values continue to increase. Competition is fierce, and that's part of what's driving those prices up. Average days on market is about 46% down compared to last year. That's a big number, but that's a number we've been seeing consistently week to week throughout this year, about 40 to 50% drop in days on market, which just means that homes are selling basically twice as fast as they did last year, which doesn't really surprise anybody. There weren't a ton of buyers out in the market or even listings last year due to the lockdowns. Now we're seeing that buyer demand is far outpacing even any increase we're seeing in inventory week to week. So speaking of which, right now with inventory, we're at 2.93 months of inventory, so just a little bit shy of 3 months of inventory, which means we're just a little over 3 months shy of 6 months, which would be equilibrium in the market where buyers and sellers are on an even playing field rather in terms of their negotiation strength. But we're seeing, even though we started the year off almost 2 months, so less than 2 months of inventory in January, we have almost 3 months, so we've gained quite a bit here, but the pace at which inventory is increasing is not keeping up with the pace at which buyer demand is increasing. So we're still seeing, actually even more so than ever, every single week this year, since the beginning of the year, we're seeing more and more listings, almost every listing now, selling in multiple offers, well over list price, sometimes 10, 20, even 30% over list price, even when the list price seems like a fair price based on the comps. We're seeing buyers waiving inspections or not requesting repairs or waiving the appraisal, or at least also offering to cover some of the appraisal gap if their purchase price ends up being higher than the appraised value. They're literally paying the seller more than the house is worth, coming up with the extra cash just to get the house, just to be done with their search. So certainly extremely competitive for buyers. It's a great time to sell if you don't have to buy a house or find a place to rent, if you already have a place to move to. If I was you and you're thinking about a move, I would definitely take advantage of it. Speaking of which, we mentioned at the beginning here of the video that we're going to talk about a few things you can do to win, whether you're buying or selling or doing both in this market right now. Very much a seller's market, more so than we've really ever seen in the history of the country's real estate market, and certainly here in Cincinnati as well. First thing you can do if you're selling is to make sure you take advantage of the market, not just post it up on all the sites and pray for showings and offers and hope that you get a good offer. If you do that, because the market's so hot, you're probably going to sell for more than you ever thought, probably faster than you ever thought. But one thing that we're doing for our clients is we're proactively marketing to not only the general public, but also to the buyers whose wants and needs in their home actually perfectly match the features of our specific clients' homes. That way we can be absolutely certain that we're getting not only the general public interested, but those most opportune buyers, your target market, to make sure that they come to the table, they do a showing, they do an offer, and that you can not only get market value, which is great right now, but also get above market value. Get someone who's so interested in your home, they're willing to pay a premium for it, they're willing to stop everything they're doing, stop their search, they have to have your house because it matches you perfectly. So the way we do that is additional marketing compared to what other agents do, and it's helping our clients to net more cash at the closing on the sale of their home than the average client if they're not doing what we call target marketing. If you'd like to learn more about how that works and how that could help you to net more cash from the sale of your home, go ahead and click the link, patrickgrosser.com/sell. That's an educational video. There's nothing being sold there. We're not asking for your contact information. We're just going to walk you through that process, how it works, how it could work for you. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to us. There's also a couple other video links there. Again, nothing being sold on any of these links. We're not asking for any contact information. We're just educating you and allowing you, when you're ready, and if you're interested in talking to us further, you can go ahead and reach out to us at your convenience. If you're buying in this market, you already have been aware of the fierce competition. We've talked about that on the open market. So the best thing you can do is not continue to do the same thing and go insane, right? Is try to do something a little bit different. You don't have to give up on your current approach, but in addition to looking on the open market, you may want to take a peek at what's available off market. So what homes that are not listed could you potentially purchase if you could find somebody who would be interested in doing that when the time's right for them and if you can get them the right price. So we've been doing that for our clients, a select few that are very specific on what they want and very serious about making a purchase, making a move this year. We're actually marketing to homeowners online and offline with the specific criteria that our clients have, the type of homes they're looking for, the neighborhoods they're looking at, and explaining to these homeowners that they're pre-approved, they're ready to buy, they're willing to pay a fair market value for your home. We can kind of move whenever you want to in most cases. And we're getting homeowners to raise their hands and saying, they might consider doing that. So it's somewhat of a long shot in some cases, but you'd be surprised how many times it actually works. We do get some matches here where buyers and sellers it's a win-win situation for everybody. Sellers don't have to deal with the hassle of the traditional listing process. Buyers, the best thing for my buyer clients is we take them through the traditional showing and offer process, but because it's an unlisted property, it's not on the market, they're not competing with any other buyers because no other buyers even know that this listing exists. It's not advertised anywhere. I don't advertise it. I don't take the listing and try to sell it to the general public. I just try to walk them through my buyers through the house through the regular showing and offer process with an off-market property, just in case it's something that would work for them. In most cases, those homeowners don't want to list anyway. They just want to sell it to one person, so that's what we try to do. So if you'd like to learn more about how that process works to see if it would be something that we could help you with and that will work for you, go ahead and click the other link, patrickgrosser.com/unlisted. And if you're buying and selling at the same time, it's very difficult right now to figure out, should you buy first, should you sell first, should you try to do both at the same time, especially if you haven't made a move in a while, you haven't ever sold a house before, maybe it's been a while. The pace of the market is so fast right now. You really need to have a very clear plan of how you're going to navigate your move, whether you're going to buy first or sell first, or if you're going to try to do both at the same time and you have to get your financing in place. Because you have to make sure that when you're writing an offer to buy, it's as competitive as possible. Because again, many offers or many listings are going multiple offers, sometimes cash offers. Again, we've talked about all the contingencies that are being waived. It's difficult in order to find a home, but it's even more difficult to get that home under contract because of the competition from other buyers. So you want to have a really good idea of what you're going to do, how you're going to navigate the process. We go through some options that you have there and present a really non-traditional option you've probably never heard of that we call the bridge solution. That may work for you, it may not, but something that's worth taking a look at. patrickgrosser.com/bridge will walk you through everything you need to know about how to navigate buying and selling at the same time in this market. I hope this information has been helpful for you. If you like this kind of information, you'd like to see more of this in the future, go ahead and hit the like button. That'll let Facebook know to send you more information from us that's relevant to you. Also, if you have any topics you'd like for us to cover in the future, or if you have any questions you'd like answered in this video format, chances are there's other people that want to get those questions answered as well. So that'll help them and you, and it'll help us to educate our audience. Go ahead and click, drop some comments there. Again, topics and questions that you'd like addressed for us. And you can also take it a step further in terms of getting more of our video content. You can follow our business page and turn on notifications so you don't miss any live content that we put out. And also you can take a look through our timeline and our playlist on the Facebook business page to look at any previous content that we put out. Or you can also jump over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, Patrick Grosser - Cincinnati Realtor. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.